A junior, number 13, Shea Dolce. And a senior, number 11, Lexi Witkowski. The head coach of Darien High School is Ian Bosser. And now the starting lineup for Fairfield Ludlowe. A sophomore, number 34, Madison Roman. A senior, number 10, Juliet Butcher. A senior, number 15, Laura Aaron. A senior, number 13, Anna Coleman. And a senior, number 11, Emma Torello. The head coach for Ludlowe High School is Sarah Kingsley. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd ask that you please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
All set for basketball. Ludlowe and Darien, the first game of 2 in this final week of the regular season. And we've got it for you live on the Falcon Sports Network with Scott Torello. I'm in blank. And Scott, this might be the last big test Ludlowe faces this season. It's a scrappy Darien team that has overcome some adversity this season and is looking to climb into the top 8 with a very big statement victory if they can get one today.
Yeah, they've been improving as they've gone along this season, Aiden. Started off slowly. You could see by their lineup, very young team, 1 senior, 3 sophomores, 1 junior. So they've been steadily improving, and it'd be great if Ludlowe got pushed today, right? They've had a very easy last 4 to 5 games. Be nice to get pushed before the playoffs start next week.
Yeah, they're going to have Wilton. They're not expected to have much of a challenge against Wilton on Thursday. That will be more emotional than anything because it'll be senior night. So this is kind of their last chance to really get momentum going into the playoffs. And as someone who's coached in a number of playoff games, you know, that's pretty important.
Beautiful give and go right off the bat, Aiden.
Heron couldn't get it to go, but really great offense to start for Ludlowe.
Yeah, that
threw
was
it away.
Beautiful.
And they've had that play a few times this season where they find Laura right to the rack.
Yeah, well, she's quick. You know, that's pass, and you don't expect her to take off that quickly.
It's a great way to get on the scoreboard quick. A lot of the times last year, Ludlowe struggled to find an early shot. You can see Sarah Kinsley drew that play up in the preseason, knowing we're going to use this for every game, trying to get an early basket. And then we have the upper hand. There's a big 3 to give Darien the first points of the night.
Yeah, and that looks smooth, too, Aiden. She looked comfortable out there.
Roman low block. You can see Ludlowe with a lot more urgency than these last few games they played against the 2 Bridgeport schools in West Hill. They know this is a big game. They want to prove that they're still with it. They played some weaker teams, but they can still hang with the best of them.
Yeah, listen, I mean, Darien's tremendous athlete, right? Great athletics down there, football, lacrosse. So they have plenty of talent in that town. Right, good effort right there, Aiden.
Yeah, great rebound by Jillian Vaught, the sophomore. You're right, they only have 2 seniors on this squad. Young squad that'll be around for a while. They made the FCAC playoffs 4 years ago, because it was the year that I was a freshman, and Ludlowe was the first team out of it. Darien ended up in it. That was the last time they'd been to the playoffs. Melba Chambers is not coaching this season. Her assistant, Ian Bozert, is taking over. She'll be back next year. Shot off front iron. Darien has really dominated the offensive boards. Ludlowe needs to stop this possession.
Yeah, no doubt, Aiden. It's time to start boxing out. Listen, if they thought this was going to be a cakewalk, that's over. Darien is here to play.
Lexi Witkowski, one of the only seniors. Ball goes into the stands. Darien still has it. And when you have such a young team, yes, a lot of the young girls will be able to step up, but those seniors, it's going to really be a big factor if they can turn it on. Another pass goes out of bounds from Jillian Vaught. So Ludlowe going to get a little lucky, and now they need a big basket here with 6:09 left in the first. This may be the longest they've gone without scoring all season.
Yeah, you'd like to see them break the drought right here. They had a beautiful play to start off for the backdoor to Laura. Now a beautiful give and go right there. It looked like she was fouled.
Two good shots early for the Falcons. They haven't been able to get either one to go. 11 on 11 with Witkowski and Torello, two seniors. Buscher stripped it away. Here come the Falcons into the front court. Roman to the basket, up with one hand, no. Falcons 0 for 3 to start the game, but they got a rebound. Heron tries it. That's too strong. Roman finally puts it back, and Ludlowe gets on the scoreboard for the first time tonight.
Yeah, a little frantic early for Ludlowe. Nice getting that basket over with.
And Sarah Kinsley may call a timeout very soon to try and calm this down. That's not how you want your team playing. This is not a team you should be losing to. That ball goes out of bounds. This is not a team you should be losing to. You want to come in with a lot of swagger and a lot of confidence and try to project that on the court early.
Yeah, no doubt. And listen, Ludlowe is the better team, so there's a lot of emotion being played right now by Darien, but this game will settle in.
Knocked out of the hands of Katie Bloomer.
She had a good look. They got away with one there, Aiden. Wide open layup that she just missed.
Yeah, Roman got a hand in there, and there's an early jump shot. Rattles around and in. Good shot by Caitlin Secor.
I like that she didn't hesitate there, Aiden. Came around the screen, just pulled it and popped.
3-point game. Darien's defense has been very tough. Pass inside, broken up. Vaught's got it, the sophomore, off to the senior. Witkowski to the rack, too strong. Second chance, no, off the hands of Vaught. Loose on the floor, picked up by Witkowski, and the Blue Wave reset. On the low block, stripped out of the hands of Sikor. And the Falcons retain possession.
Frantic pace right now, Aiden.
Yeah, this is not something you want to make a habit of. You want to slow the ball down. That was a foul, actually. Didn't see it, but it was on Sikor.
And it looks like one of those seniors maybe twisted her ankle. She's going over to see the trainer.
Yeah, out goes Witkowski. She was a big part of that Darien offense for the first 3.5 minutes or so. Roman's feed missed the hands of Heron. This is really a bad start for the Falcons. This might be the weakest start they've ever had.
Yeah, again, they're a little rusty, right? I mean, they have not played really.
That's true. We will happily give them the benefit of the doubt.
For probably 15 days now, right? It's a long time. Now all of a sudden you're into it, and you hear the other Darien coach over there. I mean, he's into this game. I'll tell you that.
Good long rebound, and Buscher gets hacked. Yeah, the key is just going to be play good defense, which they have so far. Darien is not hitting shots. They've only hit 2.
Yeah, they're going to have to mark Dolce, Aiden. That was another good look by her, and she looks comfortable shooting that shot.
Callie Summers is into the game, so that's another big. Once they get the bigs in, they should have a big advantage height-wise.
What a move right there, Aiden. See how much more relaxed she was, right? Took her time, assessed, one quick move, and attacked the rim.
Yeah, Madison's missed a couple of bunnies underneath. Good for her to connect on one. That pass loose. Oh, Roman almost took her to the ground.
Yeah, she's tough. She goes after that ball, Aiden.
Blue Wave have it straight away. 3:45 remaining in the first. Torello tight guard. That's something we've seen from both sides. They both can shoot a 3, so they're both guarding very tight on the perimeter.
Nice rebound by Callie.
Summers should make a pretty big difference in this game once they get her and Finnegan into the game. Paulman underneath. Can't get it, but foul by Bloomer. That's the 3rd Blue Wave foul. So at least you got that going. And That is a shooting foul, so Anna's going to head to the line and shoot a 1-and-1.
Yeah, another beautiful give and go, Aiden. They're using Madison to kind of look over the top, and she's making great passes.
And you see, now might be the point where the tide starts to turn. Madison got some good looks, but as we go to a mass break, Caitlin Finnegan's going to come in, and Callie Summers is going to come in, the two biggest girls on the floor by far. And now you're going to really be able to dominate underneath, and the Blue Wave better be ready for a bunch of passes. They're just going to try to jam it underneath.
Yeah, you're right. We should be able to take advantage of our size, right? You just mentioned that Callie and Caitlin definitely have a size advantage over Darien. Love to see a little high-low here with the two of them. Get them engaged, let them work off each other. Take advantage of that size.
3:28 left in the first. Anna Paulman is shooting 2 after the foul. And that first one goes down. We mentioned the penultimate game of the season for Ludlowe. Darien today, and then Wilton on Thursday, and then we'll see you next week in the playoffs. What's going to be interesting to see is how they rebound, for lack of a better term. They're basically going to go a week without playing. And yes, they'll get to practice, but they're going to go a week without playing. Luckily for them, they're likely going to be either the 3 or the 4 seed, so they're going to play a team that they should pretty easily beat. But still, it'll be interesting to see once they start the playoffs.
You're right. As
team on a week's rest.
As fast as the season has been, Aiden, it's actually been choppy for Ludlowe. They started out blaze of fire, playing 2 to 3 games a week, playing really stout competition as well those first 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then things have just slowed down. All of a sudden, they played very weak teams. Now they're finishing the final week up here. And then, as you mentioned, another week off. Going to be interesting to see if they can keep kind of their intensity up over these next kind of 2 weeks of the final season here.
Buescher picked up a personal foul, the first of the day for Ludlowe. And obviously her first as well. She's picking up Secor, and another turnover. Darien has played pretty sloppily offensively. They've only gotten 2 baskets, and they've turned it over the last few possessions. Good drive. Summers carries it into the lane. You're always going to get those travels, though. That'll happen 2 to 3 times a game for Callie.
Yeah, one more dribble, Aiden. She was there. She made a great move to get past that first defender.
And you know what? That's all right, because 3 out of 10 times she's going to travel, but 7 of those 10 times she's going to score. I'm sure that Sarah Kinsey will gladly take the trade-off. She's going to travel a few times, but she's also going to be a consistent
exactly right.
scorer underneath.
You love what she brings to the game, so you live with all the pros and cons that she brings.
Torello, step back long 2, short off the iron. Finnegan continuing to dominate underneath.
Yeah, nice rebound right there.
Paulman should be into the game pretty soon. Sharon gets to rebound to inbound with 2:21 left. Buescher, quick trigger 3. Oh, just in and out.
Caitlin got a hand on it again, Aiden. She's really active down there.
See if the 3 shooting starts up now that Darien's kind of relinquished that pressure that they've really put on beyond the arc. That's one of the things. They clearly did their scouting. They know Ludlowe likes to shoot a lot of 3s, and Ludlowe has only attempted 1 or 2.
Nice block by Caitlin. She's been very active early, Aiden.
Bounced into the low post and backed up to the free throw line. Darby handing it off. Down low, Shea Dolce will get it to go. Her first bucket of the night brings Darien in front 7-5. Timeout Blue Wave with 1:38 left in the first.
She's a good athlete, Aiden. I'm impressed by her. I think she hit the long 3 to start the game. Now she made a nice little move there, finished with the little kind of fadeaway jumper. 5 early points for her, and she definitely appears to be their most competent player.
So 1:38 left in the first. Great to have you with us on a Monday. Don't usually get the Monday. This might be the first Monday game we've seen all season.
Yeah, we had it. It's been to go along with the trend. We've had Saturday games, Monday games. Definitely been a different feel to the season. But through it all, 8-2. Trending to a 3 or a 4 seed. if they can get these last 2 games, you know, they've really had a tremendous season through it all.
Ludlowe is 8-2. Darien is 4-4. So a tale of 2 very different teams. Darien has struggled to compete with the bigger squads. They barely beat Ward last week. They've certainly had their tough tasks. We'll see if Ludlowe can get an early shot here. The Falcons, if they can play their cards right, could end up with a 3 seed by the end of Monday. We're not going to know until Monday. As long as they win both games this week, we won't know until Monday what seed they are.
Excellent defense by Darien, Aiden.
Yeah.
Really making Ludlowe work.
But they commit the foul underneath. That's tough because now that's 4. And now you got a clear strategy to try and get them to commit 1 or 2 more and put Ludlowe into the bonus.
Yeah, as a coach, that kills you. You did all that hard work, and then you bail them out with kind of a cheap foul at the end.
First foul on Jillian Vaught. Finnegan picks up another, so there you go. Those are 2 fouls you really shouldn't have had underneath. And now that's 5 on the Blue Wave before the end of the first quarter. That's going to be really tough for them, and if you're Ludlowe, you have to exploit that in the second quarter. Yeah, listen, nothing Darien can do down there, right? Kaylin has the positioning, has the size, gave it to her on the box. I mean, that's a position of strength for Ludlowe. So Darien has very little option other than to foul her at that point. Here comes shot number 2. She goes 0 for 2 at the line. That's tough. Yeah, that bounced all the way around, Aiden. 7-5. Blue Wave have hung tough through almost a quarter of basketball. The offense may not be working for either side, but their defense has really stepped up. They haven't shot too much. They hit that 1 3, but haven't taken one since. So they're clearly really trying to go down low, and that's why you bring in Finnegan and Summers, the 2 bigs, and even Laura Heron. Yeah, that's 2 early fouls on Juliet. Yeah. She will probably sit for the rest of the first half, and that's tough because their 3-ball, if they can get it to go, it's been one of the only consistents this year, and she's been the main taker of those 3s. She certainly has shot the ball very well this year, no doubt. Oh, there's a second foul on Katie Bloomer, so at least Ludlowe loses 1 guard, Darien loses 1 as well. Yeah, and we haven't seen the senior come back yet either after seeing the trainer with the ankle injury. Heron on the wing. Ludlowe just trying to survive. Crazy to think they've only scored 5 points this entire first quarter. Yeah, they've gotten good looks. They just haven't been going, Abe. They're coming up on a season low here. They got to get the offense moving in the second half. And you hear the Darien coach over there, encouraging them on defense. Heron tries a 3. Into this game, Aiden. Heron can't get it, but Finnegan can, and we're tied at the end of the first. Great finish right there. Fitting finish, Aiden, right? Kaylin was all over the boards that entire quarter. Fitting finish for her to finish it with a little bunny at the buzzer. Yeah, hopefully the offense kind of comes back to life, and maybe that's what sparks it. We'll take a short break. End of the first, and we are tied at 7. A good one on this Monday night. Get her a shot. Back on FSN, great to have you with us. Aiden Blank, Scott Torello, second quarter about to get underway. Ludlowe and Darien, they're tied at 7. This is a surprisingly close matchup, but Darien is one of those teams that could end up as a double-digit seed moving on after the first round. This is no slouch of a team.
Nah, they're scrappy, Aiden. These are good athletes. They're playing hard. The coach is very into it over there on the sideline. Like we said before, right, a lot of great athletes from this town. So not surprising to see them competing hard.
Dolce is fouled.
Yeah, she just continues to kind of prod and kind of fight her way through traffic. They're going to have to know where she is, maybe even come and double her, Aiden. Let's see if some of these other girls can score first.
Madison Roman is back into the game, so they've got Finnegan is out, but Roman is in, Summers, Heron. Torello kind of comes in for Buescher. She's going to need to shoot a 3. She took a pretty long 2, but she's going to need to expand her range here in the second. They got to find some open looks. You can't let the offense be so stagnant. At least Paulman tried that. Too short.
Yeah, good look. I mean, Darien is almost inviting us to shoot those threes right now, Aiden, right? Because we haven't hit one. So they're saying, all right, we see you have the size advantage. We'll give up some threes for now.
Long 2, short, poked free. Heron got the loose ball. It's funny because in the beginning, they clearly, again, did their homework, and they were guarding Ludlowe pretty tight on the perimeter. They very much loosened that up. Give and go. Paulman, 3. That was
Big
Torello.
Shot right there, Aiden. A beautiful pass out from Madison. You see, as soon as she got the ball, the whole defense turned and looked at her. Nice job by Emma finding that open space.
Yeah, really good look, Torello. Their first 3 of the day. Summers carries it into the lane and picks up the foul, so Ludlowe is into the bonus, and that's big. We saw 3 late fouls in that first half, and those may come back to haunt Darien. It was shooting, so she'll go shoot 2.
I like this Dolce on Darien. She's tough.
Finnegan is coming in next. See who it's for. Yeah, it might be for Summers.
Nice shot right there. Get that extra bonus.
Paulman's out, so they'll give her a break and put the 3 sophomores in. I don't know if we've seen the 3 sophomores in this early in a game this season, in a game that at least mattered and was relatively close.
Yeah, that foul right there, Aiden, was because the Darien coach was complaining at the end of the first quarter about our bigs pushing from behind. There is no way that is a foul on Madison right there.
Well, 4 on Ludlowe, so they got to watch out too. 6.5 to play. Long arching pass. Darien has had a few of those that just really go to nobody, and that's, you can't have that.
Yeah, this is our advantage, Aiden. We can get that full court press going. This is where we have the advantage. Darien has not handled it well early on.
When you look at the passing with Ludlowe versus Darien, you can really see that's a big advantage for Ludlowe. They can pass really crisp. They rarely turn the ball over like that.
Beautiful rebound and fine from Madison, Aiden. She's just playing so well this season. She just seems so comfortable.
Finnegan is on to the line. Second trip for her today. She was 0 for 2 in her first appearance. Paulman waiting to check in. So Ludlowe builds that lead to 5. If you're Darien, you don't want to make it much more than that. That is the second foul on Vaught. So a couple of players picking up early fouls for the Blue Wave.
Yeah, and it doesn't, we haven't seen anyone really come off the bench either for Darien. It's hard to say how deep they are over there. But this is our advantage, Aiden, right? Anytime we get a basket, we can set this press up. Darien has really not handled this well.
They barely escape at that time. Free throw line jumper too short from Witkowski. They haven't scored in a while. They got a little bit of a drought going on. Ludlowe going to try to exploit it. Finding Paulman in the corner. Finnegan. We're going to reset, take some time off the clock. 5:45 left. Roman traveled.
Yeah, what's interesting there is you mentioned it, right? The 3 sophomores are in, which naturally then forces one of them to the outside. That time it was Madison. We've seen her mostly playing inside up to this point. Just, you know, a new spot for her to kind of get used to.
To the wing for Krakowski, or Karczewski. Into the paint, low block, throws it up and in.
Yeah, Dolce again, Aiden. She's tough. You're going to have to identify her. She is really their main scoring threat, and so far their only scoring threat.
Roman, long shot, no. Tried to develop some range, couldn't get it there. Near us, hand to the face of Darby. There's a long three, that's too short, or too strong rather. Long rebound, but Bloomer fell out of bounds. So 5:03 remain in the second, and a 4-point lead.
What's interesting is you keep seeing Dolce stretch out her foot, and she clearly is cramping up over there. She continuously
Yeah, you can see even if she was walking there.
You know, without her, I would be very curious to see who becomes their main scoring threat.
Well, she scored, what, 7 of 9 today?
She has 7 of their 9, and she has looked very comfortable out there. Shoots very comfortably from 3, is comfortable driving. She's talented.
Believe that was a Darien timeout they just took.
And I think she's only a junior, too, Aiden.
Yep. Many of you would know her from the lacrosse fields.
Yeah, you could tell she's just an all-around good athlete.
Of course. 5:03 remaining. Blue Wave have taken 2 timeouts.
But I like the energy on that Darien sideline, Aiden. The assistant, you know, it's always hard to step in for the head coach. But he's engaged over there, and then the girls seem to be responding to him.
5:03 left in the second. Ludlowe by 4. Sophie Lemley in for the first time today. 3 seniors and 2 sophomores. Good luck Finnegan off glass and too short. 4:49 left.
Great cross screen right there for Finnegan. A beautiful find by Soph, and that's going to start going for us.
Picked up her dribble. Vaught goes to Witkowski. Now Darby. Vaught shooting and blocked. Really great stop by Lemley. 4:18 left. Lemley takes the 3. Oh, way too flat. But Paulman pulls the rebound, goes inside, and picks up the foul. She's on her way to the line, shooting 2.
Yeah, way to go and get it, Anna.
A very low-scoring affair tonight, as Ludlowe and Darien kind of feel each other out still. That's the second foul on Witkowski. So you now have 3 players with 2 fouls. And as you mentioned, this is not a very deep team, Darien. So it'll be interesting to see how they respond to this adversity. Paulman 1 of 2 from the line.
Be nice to see us start knocking down those foul shots. And the 2 losses we had, Trumbull and obviously Staples, you could really point right to foul shooting as the 2 reasons we lost them.
Absolutely, and that'll be crucial down the stretch as this team vies for a championship. Into the corner. Aaron finding Summers off to the block. What a drive by Callie Summers.
Yeah, you see how low she gets those shoulders, Aiden. She turns that corner. You just can't stay with her. People are not used to seeing people that tall and that fast. It's a rare talent. Great steal by Anna. We didn't get it though.
It was broken up. Near side, Vaught. Long 3. That's too strong. Maybe not the shot you want to be taking trailing by 7 like this.
Yeah, and without Dolce in here, Aiden, you see how this is quickly getting away from them.
There's a Heron 3 off. It's only a matter of time before they start to regularly hit those shots. It just happened that they came out a little flat 3-point wise. but they're still getting the good looks. To the low post with Krasuski back out for Witkowski. To the free throw line, she's in trouble, stolen by Lemley. Ludlowe's got numbers as they move the other way. And they're going to reset with 2:40 remaining in the second.
Great defensive set right there by Soph. Stepped into the passing lane. Nicely done.
Lemley's been a big impact player for them. They missed her last year. She got hurt, was out for most of the season.
Yeah, she's really had a great year.
It's really great to see her finish so strong. She's fouled underneath, and she's going to the line. They've gotten a number of foul shooting appearances here in the second. Darien is one away from the double bonus. Well, actually, now they're into the double bonus. So that's 10 fouls. You can't do that again in the second half.
No, that's, yeah, definitely too many fouls, especially with the amount of players they're playing. We've only really seen 6 girls play so far for Darien. Be very difficult to keep that pace up. But that's a great play by Sophie. Just as you mentioned, right, she's had a great year. Lost last year to the injury. She shot the ball tremendously this year. She really has bounced back nicely from that injury, and that's a tough injury, Aiden, that ACL. It's no fun.
Listen, I'll tell you, Ludlowe, I will be the first to admit Ludlowe's not the best free throw shooting team in the FCAC, but you can't send her to the line this many times in a half and expect to win the game.
No, you can't. And when it comes down to those tight games, semifinals, finals,
Yep.
try and win this thing, guess what? It's going to come down to foul shooting, Aiden. Those are going to be close games. Every point's going to matter.
Lemley to the line. Ludlowe by 7. That a little strong, but it pops in. 17-9.
That's called a shooter's roll, Aiden.
A lot of people forget about Lemley, and I was just reminded about this the other day. Is Sophie got hurt even before she tore ACL. She got hit in the eye. She had a black eye for a good 2-3 weeks early last season. So she got banged around a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes.
Last year was not the best year. She got knocked around a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes when it rains, it pours. She walks around with the black eye, and I remember that now that you say it. And then, yeah, sure enough, that same week, I think she tore her ACL.
We'll give the shout out to Callie Summers for that. She played through that, though. If I recall, she did play through it. The ACL, obviously, you're not going to play through that, but she played through the black eye. We'll give her credit.
Nice smart play by Anna, warding off the Darien girl, letting that ball go out of bounds. She's just a smart player, Aiden.
Minute 58 left in the second. Darien has 10 fouls. Can't afford many more. Long three, Lemley. That one goes down. Her second attempt. And this game is running away.
You cannot leave her open. And this is, as we mentioned, right? Dolce came out and the momentum turned quickly, Aiden. Now Darien finds himself down 12. Another turnover.
Lemley to the rack. Puts it up high off the glass. No. Ball will stay with Ludlowe. A minute 33 left. You can see the momentum has turned so much. Darien has scored 2 points off of one shot in this entire second quarter. It has not been their 8 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it was 7-7 at the end of the first quarter. Now all of a sudden it's a quick 21-9 lead. I mean, this has turned quickly.
Quick little 14-2 run. Long shot, too short. Darien's shooting has been really not great. They've hit one shot basically from the field. Everything else has just been layups. Long outlet pass. Herron, can she chase it down? Yes. Bounced, saves it. Oh, but it goes right into the hands of Secor. Trying to break this Ludlowe run. They can't. Another turnover. And here come the Falcons. 48 seconds left. 21-9. Ludlowe with a huge lead. Entry, Finnegan. Can't get it. Got it back. Too strong, and it goes out.
Two more great looks for Caitlin, Aiden.
Roman's coming back in. Finnegan had a big presence. She is an early candidate for our player of the game because her size has really helped. Long three, Lemley. Oh, that one couldn't go. Looking for her second. They find Herron this along two. That one still a little too strong. 25 seconds left in the half. Darien really needs a basket here to bring them into the break. And Heron's going to commit a foul.
Yeah, that's the foul that Laura. We've seen her commit those the last 2 years. You can't reach across the body. It just looks too obvious. Even if you don't touch her, it looks too obvious, Aiden. You just got to not allow those to happen, especially come playoff time.
Yeah, her biggest Achilles heel last year was getting hit with the early fouls and having to come out. Summers too short, got her own rebound, bodies underneath. Lost it. 9 seconds left, 9.4 and a jump ball. Ludlowe has, no, Darien has possession.
Yeah, a little confusion as to who has the ball, but jump ball is going to go to Ludlowe.
That's because the possession arrow was not pointed in the right direction. Now it is. Summers looking for an inbound, finding Lemley. She could have had that three, but Paulman a little too strong. 5 seconds left. Darien got to go the length of the floor, heaving it from half court. Oh!
Aiden, are you
that
kidding?
Counts.
Oh, what a shot. No, is there any question that she had the strength, first off, to reach that far out? And fitting, right? She has 10 of their 12 points at halftime. When she came out of the game, Aiden, this game turned on a dime. A little momentum there, get them back within 9, but Darien's still going to have to fight to get back in this game.
So 21-12 at the half. We'll take a short break. Maybe that's the momentum Darien needs. They only trail by 9. They keep it single digits, and you never know. We'll get the final 16 from Ludlowe when we come back. All right, second half about to get underway. A big one here from Fairfield Ludlowe. The Blue Wave looking to move above 500. I mean, this is a big one for Darien. We haven't really talked about it too much, but Darien really needs this win if they want to try and get a home game to start the playoffs.
Yeah, which is important, right? Especially when there's no neutral site for all these playoff games.
Right.
You know, hosting those games is going to be a big deal, Aiden, especially if only home spectators are allowed.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I would hope they at least would reward you for making a long drive to Ridgefield or to Stanford or wherever Ludlowe ends up. Entry pass, back around. They've done a good job feeding it in and out. Buscher. A little too strong. Roman loose on the ground.
Great hustle by Madison, keeping that alive, Aiden, and reward her.
There you go. One of the best things I've seen today from Madison Roman, and you talked about she's played really, really well all season, but one of the cool things you've seen today is they've been able to feed it in and out of the lane nice and easy. They have never been able to do that very easily with anybody over these past few years.
You're right. When you become more comfortable, you are more kind of confident with your decision-making down there, right? Now, you see in the past, she'd probably get the ball, frantically make a move. Now, get the ball, comfort, assess, kick it back out, hit someone cutting, reestablish yourself. I mean, it's really, you're seeing the evolution of a next-level player.
Madison loves those high arcing shots.
Yeah, man,
she always likes to say, the higher in the air the free throw goes, the more likely it is to go in. Low block, too strong, and those are the layups you just have to hit. Uncontested. Buscher, Heron,
Beautiful
Ballman.
ball movement.
Oh,
Aiden.
wow.
Beautiful ball movement. All four girls touched it on that one.
Just a terrific, terrific sequence there. And Ludlowe in front by 13. If you're the Blue Wave, you have to keep this in single digits, and it doesn't look like they're going to. Heron. And Buscher resets it. Now comes the part where they may want to slow it down a little bit. Although they're doing pretty well, moving pretty fast. Long rebound. Flips it to Heron.
See, right now we are out hustling them,
Yeah.
Aiden. This is how Darien started the game. But we have come out of this locker room firing.
Here's Torello finding Buscher. Long three, Heron. She's yet to get one of those, but if she keeps shooting, it's going to happen. Paulman tries a three. That goes in. They've hit a couple of long balls in the past 2 quarters that have really change the momentum of this game.
Yeah, and Aiden, you see the ball movement's incredible, right? Great rebound by Madison. She kicks it out, extra pass. I mean, they're just really playing well, sharing the ball really nicely.
Those threes are just devastating when they go in, no matter who's taking them, whether it's Emma or Juliet or Anna. It really takes the life out of you, and Heron's really developed a good three-point shot. It really just takes the life out of you when they hit one of those moving on offense.
Yeah, and Madison, the victim of being just bigger than the other girls there. I mean, it looked like she had her hand all over the ball.
She picks up a second. And a little too short from Bloomer. They can't have another drought to start the third quarter. They had it to end the second. Actually, to start the second, rather, and it just really hurt them.
Yeah, I mean, you're on a 21-4 run right now since the start of the second quarter. I mean, you need to turn momentum around quickly.
We are tracking an important game for Ludlowe over across the town. Fairfield Ward is a 3-point lead at the half.
Yeah, I mean, what
on
a game.
Staples.
They must be playing amazing.
If Staples loses all 3 games this week, assuming Ludlowe wins out, and Trumbull drops one to Danbury next week, Ludlowe is the number 2 seed, which is something that, I mean, coming into today, you would think is probably out of reach. But hey, it certainly would take a lot, but there's a pretty good chance that Ludlowe is waiting to hear whether they could be the number 2 seed.
Yeah, I mean, what's nice is at worst they're a 4 seed. But you're right. This is why you play the games, right? I mean, anything could happen to kind of finish the season. Oh, beautiful and one. She's just too strong down there, Aiden. They are not going to stop her when she gets the ball in that box.
Yeah, Madison Roman was in Philadelphia this weekend. She was invited to a combine, and she has clearly brought that energy back.
Yeah, she absolutely has. I know she was trying out for a really high-level AAU team called Exodus. I mean, the progress she has made from last year to this year is incredible.
31-13, and I was talking with her parents earlier. They were happy to say she made it, and she will play for them this summer. She was very excited.
This press is just too much for them to handle, Aiden. They're barely getting it over.
Madison was very excited. They pay for her travel. They give her, I think, 5 pairs of shoes. You know, it's the off-court things that really help you.
Be interesting to see what they call this on. Calling on Emma. Could have called Emma or Madison.
Yeah, it is Torello's first foul. A couple of Falcons picking up a foul or two, but nothing too major. And in this situation, you're up 31-13. They played pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, you start the quarter on a nice 10-0 run. I mean, that's huge.
Bloomer finding Witkowski to the free throw line extended. Long 3, first that they've attempted in a while. That goes down. There's the deficit a little bit.
Yeah, Dolce again, Aiden. I mean, she's talented. Let me tell you something. This girl could play. If they had a couple more players like her, this would be a damn good team.
Roman too strong. Oh, what a fall for Summers.
Great weak side rebound and finish. And they're just exerting their will on this team right now, Aiden. This could push it to 18.
Yeah, Ian Bozert was not happy about that. That's the 4th foul that Vaught has picked up. It's going to be a big loss for them.
No, you're absolutely right. And, you see him over there kind of searching for who to bring in, too.
34-16, it is clear Ludlowe has all the momentum in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. The Darien girls are all roughly the same size.
Yeah.
Right? They're all that kind of 5'6", 5'7" athlete. They have a lot of them, but they don't have enough size to deal with Ludlowe.
Taken away, yeah. When Ludlowe puts in their real bigs, you can't beat them. Finnegan, Roman, even Heron and Summers have all just exerted their will inside. Summers on the perimeter. She'll try a 3. Can't get it. I've always said, and I've said this the last few games, if she can develop a good jump shot, a good 3-point shot, she could be one of the best players in the state.
Oh, no question, Aiden. If she had a jump shot, forget it. She'd play Division I basketball.
Her work underneath is so good. And she's hit a few threes. That's an up and down. She's hit a few threes this season, but nothing. She's not the girl you would go to when you need a three. If she can become that, and she may have a chance to next season, they're going to need a shooter, a lot of them. If she can really develop a three-point shot, there's nobody that would be able to stop her in the league.
She's only a sophomore. We forget that, right? I mean,
true story.
She's played so much and at such a high level. Believe me, if she wanted to, she could be a Division I college basketball player. She has all the tools, the speed, the size, the strength. I mean, it's what these schools drool over, right? So I know she's incredibly talented in lacrosse, which is, I think, where her passion is. But, you know, there's no doubt she could also play basketball at the next level as well.
Buescher straight away. She is scoreless. See if they can get her a good look coming out of this break. Finnegan back up and headed to the line for the third time today.
Yeah, you see, even when they miss, they with too much size under there, they just cannot keep us off the boards.
Yeah, you can see Darien is just outnumbered underneath. Outsized,
really
outnumbered. They're not beating Ludlowe underneath. And listen, they should be proud to have kept it as close as they did for as long as they did for an entire quarter. Not many teams have been able to do that, but beyond 8 minutes, it was all Ludlowe.
Yeah, you know, 7-7 after the first quarter, and they really were the aggressors to start this game. So give them credit. But once they lost momentum in that second quarter, Aiden, they have not gotten it back since. I mean, this game has gotten away from them.
The lead is up to 20.
And this girl could play. Dolce, look at that give and go, Aiden. She's talented.
Good look. Dolce's going to the line. It's the third Ludlowe foul.
She's impressive. I'm very impressed by her. She's 13 of their 16.
Yeah.
And she's got a good motor.
2:54 left in the third quarter. Dolce flat on that free throw.
Yep, a little flat.
Flat again. Two very flat free throws. Had no arc to them. 2:48 left. Ludlowe trying to extend what is now a 20-point lead. You'd probably see the subs come in very soon. Ali Neugebauer is in, so every senior has gotten a look. Lemley off on the three.
Just missed.
But Summers took it back. And Neugebauer lives down on that low block.
Yeah, nice little catch and shoot. Nicely done.
Her parents like to say that is her favorite shot. The little jumper off that low left block. And we've seen her take it countless times this year. Summers into the lane, through traffic. Unstoppable.
Yeah, they're just overwhelming him right now, Aiden.
Timeout is more than necessary. Darien only has 2 left.
I mean, you know, the 19 to 4 run to start this period. I mean, they just have exploded to come out of the gate here.
Ludlowe up 40-16. That is just an impressive game from them.
Yeah, I mean, since that first quarter, they're on a 33-9 run. And they don't look like they're slowing down either. I mean, the way they're sharing the ball, this full court press has been a disaster from the start for Darien. The issue is Ludlowe couldn't get into this full court press because they weren't making baskets. But as soon as they've gotten into this full court press, Aiden, Darien has been overwhelmed by it.
They should be starting the second half any moment from Fairfield Ward. They're going to finish a lot later than we do. But
well, that's exciting for Ward to be in the game
absolutely.
at halftime. Staples, I think they're 3 or 4 in the state. Extremely talented team. Had a great season so far, but you got to finish out. There's still 3-4 games left.
They always get that one vote, and we released our newest polls for girls basketball today. A lot more teams getting votes. This was probably the most teams that have gotten votes all season long. Bassick got a vote. Darien got a vote. New Canaan got a vote. There's a bunch of teams that are vying for that final 8 spot. Off glass and in.
Yeah, nice little move there, Aiden. Beautiful pump fake. Got Caitlin off the ground. That was nice.
Torello taking a turn to run the offense. It's interesting. They put Torello in, but they also put Rory Cudsey in. This is the first time she's really gotten a chance to play with 4 other starters or starters that could be.
Yeah, Rory has played really well these last 3-4 games, Aiden.
There's one that goes too strong. Darien gets the rebound. But you usually see her come in with the other younger girls, the JV girls that split time between JV and varsity. This is the first time she's really played with 4 varsity girls. And that's good for her. She's going to need the experience next year.
She's, held herself very well these last 5 games. So she, deserves this time.
That ball stripped away, but they can't handle it in the corner.
Nice feed down to Caitlin. Just needs to gather herself first.
I would have a feeling that when these two play next year, it's going to look a lot different. Darien's going to may be the dominant team when they play next year. Ludlow's going to be the team that's younger and still trying to find their rhythm. Darien may be the team that's 1, 2, 3 in the FCF.
Yeah, they'll have 4 starters coming back, which will be a nice problem to have. So they'll definitely look forward to that.
40 seconds left into the post, back out and stolen away. 40-20. Ludlowe, the lead cut down to 20, picks up her dribble. High post for Dolce, starts the drive, hook off the block, headed to the line again to go shoot with 25.7 left.
Tough move right there, Aiden. Just to even get it up on the rim is difficult. I mean, especially after getting hit.
That is the 3rd foul on Laura Heron. She'll probably be out pretty soon and likely for the rest of the game. They don't need her so much now. They're up by 20.
Yeah, Dolce, she's going to have to work on these free throws, though, Aiden. A little flat on these shots. Much better there. You could tell that one was going in.
Yeah, that may be the weakest part of her game. 40-21. Heron's out. They put Paulman back in, so it's Paulman, Roman, Neugebauer, Torello, and Cudsey. They find Rory with 13 to shoot. On the wing, entry, Roman to the low block, bodies through and lays it in.
Aiden, she's too strong. People are not used to playing the lefty still, and she just has been finishing. Oh, she almost got another three-quarter shot, Aiden.
A 21-point Ludlowe lead as we go to the 4th. This game just has continued to slip away from the Blue Wave.
Yeah, that was a big period. You put up 21 coming out of the locker room, and they just blitzed them right from the start that period, Aiden. There was very clear the message in the locker room, put them away right now. And that's what they did. Came out, shared the ball, put on the defensive pressure. Too big inside. Madison had a terrific quarter. It's just too much Ludlowe.
3:34 left in that 3rd quarter. It's fun to watch this Ward team play a really strong game. They lead by 1. You never count out Dave Denko. That's the one thing we've learned over the years. There's been games where Ludlow's supposed to win pretty easily. Last year being one of them, and he really gave him a strong game. And then 2 years ago, they played here. Ludlowe was expected to win that game too, and they didn't. His teams just always perform when they need to the most.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about someone with lots of experience, Aiden. All right, so he has experience. He loves the game. Played it growing up. And he's a good coach, right? So he gets the most out of his players. And you see that every year. Even when they don't have as much talent as they've had in the past this year, they're still having a nice little season. They still could finish off 7-5, 8-4. I mean, that's a great year.
Yeah, they may end up as the 6 or 7 seed. And that would be good for them to make a run in the playoffs. I mean, his teams, we don't want to make him feel too old, but he was the coach at Fairfield High School when Sarah Kinsley was playing there.
Yeah, I mean, he has to be coaching 20-plus years, right? I mean, easily.
If he hasn't, he's coming up on it.
Yeah.
Good little jumper in the lane, too strong. Their shots have just not been good. Buescher trying to get on the scorecard, and she will. Really great move. She's done that a few times this season, and I remember specifically last year in the FCI quarterfinals where she gets out in front of that, and she's able to just kind of go one-on-one to the rack and get an early bucket.
You know, good run out and a beautiful outlet pass, Aiden. That sparked that whole play.
Ludlowe on top by 23, maybe the largest lead of the night for them. Into the paint. Roman able to avoid a third foul. Buescher, Summers. What a move in the lane by Callie, and Ludlowe with a nice little run to open up the fourth.
Yeah, she has great body awareness, Aiden. Nice job of eluding the defender, laying it up nicely. She's, you know, as well as she's played this year, she's even become more and more comfortable as the season's going on. Look at this girl move, Aiden.
She was trapped right near us.
You're right.
And she somehow got to the back. That was impressive. She was right here. I thought she may have stepped out for a second, and she drives right around that double team.
Aiden around the double team, past Madison on the baseline, and drops off a beautiful pass into the middle.
Ludlowe is an intimidating team, too. When they double team, it's pretty, they're right up in your face.
No, she is not afraid out there. No, she's an athlete, no doubt about it.
Sophie Lemley was charged with the foul, and this time Darienne's going to pick up a foul. That's something they've improved on in the second half. They put up over 10 fouls in the first half. At least now they've kind of toned that down. Ludlowe is yet to get into the bonus. Darien only with 4. So if there's anything to take away, maybe it's that. Play a much cleaner game in the second half.
Yeah, it's been a very clean game, actually. Ludlowe has just been the better team. The way they're moving the ball, the way they're passing, I mean, everything about it.
Summers, that trademark drive, too strong. Good rebound, and Roman's back up with one hand. Boy.
She just wanted it more, Aiden. Just go up, get it, rip it out of her hands. I mean, this is now you're just kind of pouring gas on the fire with the full core press.
Paulman got knocked down.
But they got out of there somehow.
Underneath. And that foul likely against Paulman. I mean, they're just outplaying this Darien team.
Yeah, as many athletes as Darien has, Ludlowe has more. And you're seeing it just kind of evolve as this game is going on.
Well, hey, if there's any positives to take out, or a ton of them to take out for Ludlowe, I mean, that first quarter might be one of them. At least that happened now and not in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and plus you're going to have quarters like that, Aiden, right? I mean, every game just has a little different feel to it.
Roman just ripped the ball away.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't even fair, Aiden.
6 minutes left in the game. They may try to work on some set plays now. That may be what these next 6 minutes or so are work for, because they're not going to put in the JV. It's pretty clear they're not going to put in any more bench players. So they may just start to work on some plays. Long three, Paulman, too short. And perfect him in a game scenario. And they'll probably do that on Thursday against Wilton.
Yeah, and I like, Anna taking that three to this game. She looks comfortable shooting them. She's made one. The others have looked good.
Darien is now into the bonus. Trapped in the corner. There's a foul on Summers.
They call foul.
I thought that was a jump ball. It looked like everybody kind of had equal positioning, but Dolce's headed back to the line. With 5 minutes and 31 seconds left in the game. Very relaxed feeling for Ludlowe. They'll play their season finale on Thursday, taking on Wilton. And it's good. The last 2 years, this year and last year, they've been able to get senior night against pretty easy opponents. They had Central last year, and then they had Darien, but I mean, they've been able to get some nice, easy opponents, and that's always fun to finish on your senior night with a big, big victory. I mean, 3 years ago they had St. Joe's, and at that point it was a big, big matchup they needed to win for the FCIAC playoffs, and they got it, but it's nice to be relaxed on a senior night and not have to worry about losing this game or potential playoff implications.
Yeah, no doubt. And it looks like Wilton will be an easy opponent for them based on the scores I'm seeing so far.
And even better, Wilton, if the playoffs started today, would be their first round opponent, the 13 seed. That's going to be one of those teams that may end up seeing Ludlowe, as we see 5 in and 5 out. I mean, that may be one of the teams they get to see in the first round, either them, West Hill, or one of those other teams that only wins 2 or 3 games during the season.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get a nice, easy first-round game, right? Because after that, it's going to get
That's
serious
true.
quickly.
You're probably going to get Stanford, maybe Danbury.
Right.
Probably either Stanford, Danbury, or St. Joe's, unless something happens
Right.
in that second game. I mean, you're going to be thrown right into the fire.
Yeah, so, I mean, we've talked about it all season long. The league has 6 really talented teams. So if you're the 4 seed, unfortunately, you're going to play one of them in the quarterfinals, which is going to be a difficult game. And then you're going to have to then turn around and battle a Ridgefield, a Staples, a Trumbull, someone like that in the semifinals. So it's going to be a very tough gauntlet.
It definitely looks like this is the year of the higher seed moving on. We may see 1 or 2 double-digit teams get out of the first round, but I have a hard time seeing anybody other than Ludlowe, Staples, Trumbull, or Ridgefield in the semifinals.
Beautiful press break, Aiden. Just fumbled it a little. That was nicely done, though, by Ludlowe.
Blocked underneath. Karzuski for Dolce. 4:43 left. So Darien still a chance to put some points on the board and play tough till the end. Dolce to the basket and a step back off, but a really sweet jump shot.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see many girls doing step backs, Aiden. I mean, it's definitely a next level move, and it requires a lot of strength, too.
You rarely see a step back like that at any level, even with the boys. Good look, too short. They're getting good looks. They just really need to work on their shooting, because it has been, they may be shooting 15% today from the field.
You're right. Besides Dolce, they really haven't made many shots. Get that out of there.
Yeah. Finnegan, all she needed was an arm in the air. Unfortunately, she won't be able to do that against most of the players in the league, but it's always fun to do that when you get the chance. Really dominating block for Finnegan. 3:54 left in the fourth. Ludlowe has 7 fouls, so Darien's into the bonus.
They'll take their mass break.
Nothing more from Staples. This is an interesting game to keep an eye on. I mean, this is a big game. Listen, no one really assumes that Staples is going to lose all 3 games this week. I would hope they at least pick up 1 and clinch that second seed, but you never know.
You know, what's interesting right here, Aiden, is Darien's press is, actually bothering us a little. So, nice job by the coach to put it on. All right, nice job by the coach, to not quit, right? Keep fighting. You never know, right? They may use this press next game. They may use it in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're still learning too.
Listen, they played a terrific game. Their shooting needs some work. I mean, they need some fine-tuning adjustments, but this is a team that will absolutely be in the FCIAC playoffs next year. Good look. Oh, Finnegan can't finish underneath.
Yeah, again, beautiful ball movement, Aiden. I mean, that is so crisp, right? I mean, you cannot ask for a better look.
Yeah, she's been terrific today and such a big part of breaking that 7-7 tie that they had at the end of the first.
Aiden, what a move that is. That was a jump stop and a pull-up jumper.
They got it within 20. So it's down to 18, maybe the first time since early in the third that it's within 20 points.
Yeah, I mean, and the press has made the game a little frantic.
Yeah.
All right, so a nice timeout there. Calm everyone down. The game's not in jeopardy, right? But get the team organized.
Staples is now on top by 4 at the end of the third.
Yeah,
that may be their pull-away moment to start the fourth. But if Ward can keep it close.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Coach Danko, right, and if you said to him it's going to be a 4-point game starting the fourth quarter, he'd sign up for that every day.
Absolutely. It's an 18-point game here with about 3 minutes left in the fourth. So the win we thought it was. They'll get their big win, but good that Darien has certainly put us to the fire a little bit, and they certainly woke us up in the first 8 minutes. I don't think anybody was expecting 7 points. So some good and some bad that have come out of this.
Yeah, no, definitely, right? This is, what Ludlowe needed, right? Even though this is an 18-point game, Darien's still making them play, right? Which is exactly what Ludlowe wanted, right? Feel some game pressure, get the heart racing again. Even though it's a 20-point game, man, this is much different than what we experienced those other 3-4 games.
Low block, fouled from behind. Dolce, I beg your pardon, that's Karsuski, back to the line.
Yeah, beautiful move, Aiden. Show the ball, get Caitlin to kind of, leave her feet a little and make a strong move, go baseline.
She's going to go shoot. It's the second foul committed by Finnegan. Cheney Paulman is going to come into the game now for the first time today.
And nice game by Caitlin. Right, she's had a lot of great looks today.
Yeah.
And, she's going to make those, right? She makes half of those. She probably has 12, 14 points. So she really had a great game in getting the ball in tremendous spots all game long.
Yeah, she was terrific today, and she was a big part of breaking that first quarter drought. Ludlowe really looked bothered in that first quarter, and they brought in Caitlin, and things very quickly changed once they got size into the game.
Yeah, no, she dominated the boards. She had a terrific game, no doubt. I mean, this is good tape to show your team as well,
certainly.
right? So, the press is bothering Ludlowe, right? And now, again, they have some different girls in here, but still, all of them should easily be able to handle this press.
Good rebound for Paulman. Yeah, the press really is hurt. And we don't want to give any scouting material to Rob Coloni and Ridgefield or to Paco over at Staples or Stephen Trumbull, but this seems to be the way to beat him. This press has really bothered him.
Yeah, no, it's bothered Ludlowe, no doubt about it.
I wouldn't be surprised if whoever they end up with in the first round, whether that's West Hill or Wilton or somebody, comes out in a press like this. It's funny because it's always what bothers the other teams. Ludlowe always comes out in a press like this, and it always bothers the other squad. And now the shoe's on the other foot, and it doesn't look so great.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly.
And if it doesn't get done to them in the first round, you know that Stanford or Danbury or whoever they face in the second round will use it to their advantage.
Yeah, I mean, all the videos, all these games are online, so there's really nothing to hide.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone's at an equal disadvantage, we'll call it. Everybody can see these games and take a look and really scout. I'm sure that there are plenty of coaches watching this game right now, especially considering Ludlowe is still very much the team to beat, or
That's
one of the
it,
teams to beat.
Get it to the middle and go opposite. That's exactly how you break it.
Neugebauer finds Torello. A really good mix of seniors and sophomores in this game right now. Obviously, these are not all girls that are going to start or play in a big game, but this is a good little mix that you might be able to put in once the league gets pretty comfortable. That pass intercepted. Oh boy, what a pass. And what a basket for Darien.
Aiden, she's talented. Let me tell you something. That girl's played an impressive game.
That pass came from here all the way to the opposite block.
On a rope, too.
Man,
That was a great pass.
One-handed. That's an impressive game from her. 50-33. 34 seconds left. It certainly wasn't as quick or easy as we thought it was going to be. It's been a challenge, but like we've said, the whole game, it's a good challenge.
Yeah,
and it's good that they were able to break those 3 games that they must have won by a margin of 30 points.
Yeah, no, this is exactly what they'd hoped for, right? They have, you know, it's a competitive game. Darien is not quitting. Darien has good athletes. I mean, this press has been very interesting. You could see this coach going to this in the future, no doubt.
Davenport and Eckert both into the game. Looking for a pass down low. 20 seconds left. That's into the backcourt. And the backcourt violation. 18.7 left, so Darien may be able to get one more basket. Impressive effort by this Blue Wave squad.
Yeah, they never quit. Same thing with their coach, Aiden, right? I mean, he was engaged the entire game, taking timeouts, still over there cheering. 11 seconds left, down 17. I mean, you know, if you're part of this Darien program, if you're the head coach who has to sit out this year, I mean, you love what you're seeing out of your assistants.
Yeah, they'll be back next year. They'll be a team that Ludlowe is probably going to struggle with next year. I mean, they'll be one of the top 4 or 5 seeds in the FCIAC tournament. Shot at the horn is too strong, and that's how it ends. 50-33 the final. Not very close, but a good game to play for both teams nonetheless. A game both teams really needed.
Absolutely. Both teams were competitive, especially Darien. Very impressed, never gave up. But this is what Ludlowe needed to get ready. Get them ready. You know, Wilton, I don't anticipate that being much of a challenge. And then then it starts for real, Aiden, next week. I mean, it's go time.
We got 2 more games in the regular season. We'll talk to you Wednesday. 5 o'clock tip for Ludlowe and Greenwich in boys. That may have a lot of implications, probably more playoff implications than this did. And then Ludlowe and Wilton in the season finale for the girls. That'll come your way on Thursday. But great to have you with us tonight. Ludlowe 50 and Darien 33. For Scott Torello, I'm Aiden Blank. We will see you on Wednesday. Have a great rest of your night.